All right, everybody, good afternoon. I'm a little bit late on the practice report and injury report today, but you guys probably know why. I was in stream with Brandon. We were talking about this 49ers game. Stream ended up going about 3 hours, which is much longer than I thought it was going to go. So, yeah, that definitely pushes things back a little bit, but we do have our full injury report for the week. So let's go ahead and chop it up a little bit. We got the latest and greatest from Brady Henderson. Also, a practice report, although it is worth noting that we did not actually practice all week. All we did was a walkthrough. So everything is an estimate, but we also have game statuses. So we have the information that we need. So let's go ahead and take a look at what the team can tell us. It's not great. We don't love what we see here, but it is what it is. What we see is what we see. So Byron Murphy is out, which we knew about, so that's not going to be moving the needle, really. We'll probably have him back next week. Uchenna Nwosu is also out, which we knew about. Now, it is worth noting that Uchenna Nwosu is going to injured reserve, and the indications from McDonald are not great on his availability to come back after that 4-game period. When McDonald was asked about Nwosu, he said he will likely be out until late in the season and said he has a chance to come back later this season. Those were the kind of pivotal words that he used. It didn't sound like somebody who was super confident he was going to be back. Now, I do think he will be back if I had to guess, but who knows what he'll be able to do when he comes back. And it certainly can go the other way. We have not had a great track record of getting injured players back quickly so far this year, so it would not be a shock if things continue that way. So we got bad news on Nwosu. I'm going to call that bad news because we were hoping at least we'd get him back in a month, but that seems unlikely at this point. Also out is Reek Woolen. That's a blow. No getting around that one. Now, the good news is it sounds like he was moving pretty well in practice today, or the walkthrough practice, which indicates he's got a good chance of being able to make it back for the next game. This game, no. And that's going to be tough to get around. Like, I understand that Woolen has problems, and I know that Shanahan loves to exploit those problems with passes out to the running back around Woolen to force Woolen to try to tackle, and outside zone running plays in Woolen's direction. But I'd much rather have him out there than not have him out there. So, not much getting around that. Didn't participate in the walkthrough today. Or not meaningfully anyway. Would not have practiced if we had a practice, and he's out. The good news is that's actually it. So it could have been worse. Derek Hall, after not practicing the first 2 days of the week, practiced in full today in projected practice and is questionable, but Mike McDonald already said he's confident that he's going to play. Boye Mafe, after practicing in full 2 straight days, is questionable, but Mike McDonald said he is confident that he will play. The question mark right now would be Julian Love, who is questionable, limited participation all week, according to the guesses of the coaching staff, the estimations, and he is a game time decision. I guess he's going to play if I had to throw my hat into the ring here, but who knows what he'll be able to do. Who knows if it's a good thing that he'll be out there. That's the stuff we don't know. So Julian Love can go one way or the other. Sounds like Hall and Mafe will go, which is good because we need them very badly. We do not have the edge depth to survive missing multiple guys like this. So sounds like at least we have that. Mafe and Hall going to play. Love could go one way or the other. And then you've got a bunch of other names on the injury report that are going to play. Full participation projected was Rayshawn, Fant, Metcalf, Brady Russell, Chenault, Cameron Young. And by the way, a little bit on Cameron Young here. Looks like, according to Corbin Smith, he thinks that there's a good chance Cameron Young will get activated from the PUP list this week, which is probably a little ahead of the desired schedule. Maybe they feel like they have to do it because they have no Murphy. He was a full participant in practice all week, though. So he's got a chance. So maybe we do get that look at Cameron Young in this game. Probably not what we intended, but maybe what we have to go with because we're a little short on guys. So maybe we see Cam Young in this game. Hankins, full participant. Leonard Williams, full participant. So should be pretty decent on that side. After this game, thank the Lord, we get a full week and a half off. We get basically 10 days between now and our next game. That'll be really nice. We need that. But we got to get through this game first. So that's the injury report on the Seahawks side of things. We're not happy. It's not good, but could have been worse. And there is some good news here. I'll put it to you that way. There is some good news in here. It's not like some previous injury reports where it just felt like it was a never-ending slog of bad news. All right, so let's flick on over to the Niners side here. Mike Dugar has the injury report for the Niners posted on his X account. It's not terrible because most of the stuff that is affecting them is stuff we already knew about. Like Hufanga is out, but we knew that. Didn't practice. He's going to be out a while. Jake Moody's out. We knew that. He's going to be out a while. Didn't practice or wouldn't have practiced. The notable one here is actually Jordan Elliott, because Jordan Elliott was a player who is very much a reserve rotational piece on that front line. So normally it wouldn't be that big of a deal, but because they're missing Hargrave, losing Jordan Elliott actually matters a lot. So that's the kind of the big one that they were maybe hoping to get back this week. Flanagan Fowles, I don't think does that much on that team. I think he's a special teamer, so that's whatever. But Elliott, that is a very thin front that the Niners have right now. You should be able to run on them. You should be able to get some push in the middle. If you can't, then that's pretty sad because the little bit of talent they have up front is focused in on the edges right now with Bosa and Floyd. They are very thin on the inside. Nobody listed as doubtful, and they have 2 players listed as questionable. They are the 2 players who were limited in practice on Wednesday, Chris Conley and Charvarius Ward. Now, Chris Conley, not really that big of a deal either way. Charvarius Ward, on the other hand, that would be a devastating loss. He's the guy who follows Metcalf around. He's the guy who they count on to give them good reps on the outside against Metcalf in this game. So if he's out, that is on the level of the Seahawks not having Riq Woolen. Few other players were listed with injuries, and by the way, it is notable that Kittle was initially, according to Schefter, questionable before they decided not to have him on the list. So there might be something up with Kittle that they're not that worried about, but is not, it's not invisible. It's not non-existent. He's having some kind of an issue. He's just going to play through it for sure. So it is worth noting that maybe he won't be able to make it through the whole game. Cowing, also full participant. Jair Brown, full participant. Fred Warner, full participant. Expect to see all those guys in the starting lineup. So this is the tweet about the Niners from Schefter that I was talking about. It was originally tweeted before the edit saying that Kittle was questionable. Not questionable now, but worth noting that they are promoting Braden Willis, a backup tight end, to the active roster, which could indicate that they think that Kittle may not be able to play his normal number of snaps. All right, I'll see you guys later. Go Hawks. That is your final injury report for the week. That is what we got with these Niners. So let me know what you guys think down below. I will see you guys later. Another video coming later today. Go Hawks.